Why is it that when we hear our clients give a bad answer, we always think that it's the client's fault, and never the fault of how we prepare them as a witness? We know when our client gives a bad answer, right? Something dumb comes out of their mouth. We put on a poker face because we don't want to draw any attention to it. But inside we're thinking, oh, I could have given an answer that was so much better than that. Well, that's true, but the answers have to come out of the client's mouth. We're just the lawyers. I'm Ken Berman. I wrote a book called Reinventing Witness Preparation. And in my book, I teach lawyers and witnesses how to give answers that actually help their cases. And I do this by offering a new approach to witness preparation, which is very different from how lawyers have historically been counseling their clients to answer questions. A few years ago, I began to study where these shoot-yourself-in-the-foot answers come from. I looked at the testimony of a witness who did really well on cross-examination. He was a terrific witness. And I compared it to the testimony of a very smart witness who got clobbered. And what I discovered was remarkable. The witness who got clobbered was answering the questions in the way that lawyers have historically counseled their clients to answer questions, while the witness who did really, really well was answering the questions as if he never even heard that advice. And when I studied this issue even further, what I discovered was that when smart people give bad answers, they're generally following the conventional witness preparation playbook. The bad answers are not because they forgot the advice, but because they followed it. And I'm going to show that to you. There are some questions that are very simple and straightforward. Everything you need to know about how to answer the question is built right into the question itself. Questions like, what time of day did you arrive? How many people were in the room when you got there? Was John in the room? They just call for the basic disclosure of simple facts. Then there are other questions that seem simple on the surface, but they're not. They have a subtext. They seem to be asking one thing, but underneath they're really asking something else, because the question itself takes advantage of inferences and conclusions that people are likely to draw based on how the question is worded. The question to Bill Cosby was like that, and so is this question to Paula Deen. On the surface, it's only asking whether the N-word had ever passed her lips, but underneath it's really asking something else. It's asking, are you a racist? Because in common understanding, we know that the N-word is a racial epithet, a racial slur, when used by someone who's white. In fact, the word is so offensive and so radioactive that people who are not racists won't use this word under any circumstance. Instead, we have a substitute for it. We call it N-word. This is an example of two meanings occupying the same question at the same time. There's the surface meaning, has the N-word ever passed your lips? There's the meaning everyone else is thinking, are you a racist? And here's how Paula Deen answered it. Something about conventional witness preparation can explain why Gates gave the answers that he did, instead of giving the more credible and more responsive answers that he didn't. Because when we tell our clients that they shouldn't explain things, that they shouldn't try to put their answers into context, that it's okay to say, I don't know, and I don't remember, and I don't understand, and that the lawyer on the other side is not your friend and wants to do as much damage to you and your case as possible, so the less you say, the better. The combined effect of instructions like these are to make the client so afraid of saying the wrong thing that the client doesn't say the right thing. Instructions like these are confidence killers. They make the client think that if they admit to anything that the other lawyer is asking, or if they put their answers into context, it's going to hurt the case. And if you think that, then what you get is testimony like what Bill Gates gave. And when you get testimony like that from the CEO of the company, it doesn't come as a surprise when the company loses the case.